Hey yo, CP, what's going on, man? This is Jamar John Johnson. I am Jamar.com. I wanted to give you a sincere thank you for sharing your story with those of us who joined your webinar today. And without a doubt, I must say one of the best webinars that I've been a part of, because I've actually, been doing digital marketing both, for startup companies, for real estate companies out of New York, for a WABC radio station, and I've seen marketing go in different waves, and the next wave, the current wave that we're on now, that's gonna last the longest, in my opinion, is the wave of authenticity, man. And so your webinar was very authentic. You shared your story. The pictures were very heartfelt. It's amazing. I'm just reading a book right now that's about how to read fast, how to get up to like 400 to 500 words a minute. I'm at like 350 right now, so I'm trying to take that next leap up. But I'm reading this book, and one of the things they say is that neurological studies actually show that a picture really is worth 1,000 words. There's so much information that's transmuted through those pictures. So thank you for sharing, your children's pictures, your story, your hustle, your struggle, and now that you're in a better place, that innate feeling inside to give is definitely something that I can resonate with, man. And I feel like I still have a long ways to go, but with the little bit of knowledge that I do have, 36 years on this earth, and spending, having a rough childhood growing up in New Jack City era of New York, and then becoming valedictorian, going to college, getting my undergrad paid for through a military scholarship, getting my master's paid for, and then knowing the whole time that I had to be an entrepreneur. From the time that I used to airbrush shirts when I was 14, 15, man, out there hustling, and had people just wanting my gear. One of the things you mentioned during the webinar about, not putting out stuff that's whack and really holding back and not trying to just copy what the trends are doing. I also have this other theory that is all about not being afraid to suck, not being afraid to put things out there before you're ready, but also having mentors tell you what their opinions are, but still trusting your own instinct, because sometimes you need to really feel it from the people who are supposed to be consuming what you're doing, so you can get that proper feedback. So some of it has to do with just maturity. But yeah, man, I just wanted to give a really sincere thank you for that webinar. Thank you for kind of reigniting, my love for music production, my love for just creation, man. Because ultimately what it comes down to, and what I consider myself is, I'm a digital marketer and I'm a social marketer. I'm all about people. I love bringing people together. I had a chance to open up for people like Dane Cook, Bill Burr, got to meet Dave Chappelle on numerous occasions, and had him tell me that I was hilarious, and that let me know that we're all on the same level. We're just on different paths of our journeys. So I'm looking forward to linking up and syncing up my journey with your journey, seeing what you're all about, and then also just showing you some things that I'm all about. I do comedy. I feel like I spit a little bit. I feel like I sing. I do comedy, obviously, but I'm really passionate about business, about entrepreneurship. There's a guy named John Hope Bryant. You should definitely check out both of his books. One is called Love Leadership, which I feel like you already exude. The other one is called How the Poor Can Save Capitalism. And it really comes down to all of us finding our lane, finding our niche, and really providing services to those people around us in our community. So thank you for being a part of that, especially the digital beat making community. But on another note, man, I'm a part of a couple of platforms that I think are revolutionary in the terms of the way that they get down and do business. One is called Infinii, and it's an e-commerce platform. Now, I personally have done e-commerce on my own, independent of what they have going on, for a couple of years now, and saw some great success in that pursuit of trying to become a comedian full-time, but also knowing that I wanted to have control over my fate and destiny. So I was finding different hustles. I did real estate in New York City, which was very lucrative, but it's very time consuming. And as you know, when you're producing music, you got to create. You need time to create, that time to focus. Like you gave us instructions to set aside time to work on things independently, work on your rhyme skills, work on your spitting skills, work on your music production, work on your sound design, work on your, your mixing and, your production. It all needs its time. So I realized that doing 80 hours a week on real estate was gonna make me a lot of money, right? A lot of guap, but it wasn't going to get me into the place where I was going to be able to really put time into my art. And then my art is not just one art. My art is a multitude of arts. They try to put me in a box, but it's impossible. Like, I'm a polymath. I love to learn many things deeply. So it's a good thing that I only need 6 hours of sleep. But I do have to make sure that I'm doing things to generate income that don't hog my time. And actually, in some cases, I like to be able to outsource some things. But back to the Infinii platform, man. It's an e-commerce platform, and I think it's an excellent way because it's very low cost for people to get involved. And then they teach you the basics of eBay selling, Amazon selling, Bonanza, which is Google's store, as well as their own store, which is called Springboard. So let me know if you're interested in chopping it up about that, because maybe there's a way we can help cross-pollinate each other. One of the things that I'm building up is I'm building up some lists and things like that. I have lists. I have over 10,000 people myself, but it's about to really spread that out. And I think the message, especially that video that you have, which talks about even as a musician, to give yourself the freedom to come and tour and do whatever you want. It was vital that you understood how to leverage your network, because they say your network is your net worth. You know what I mean? And if you think about it, if you're hanging around with broke people who with no aspirations, like, how far do you think you're gonna go with them kind of dragging on your coattails, right? So you and I both, I know that I'm preaching to the choir, but obviously I'm gonna put this video up because I'm just trying to create as much content as I can on my channel. I'm gonna put this on my Infinii RocStar channel, but it's gonna be a channel dedicated to all things kind of e-commerce. There's some other things I got going on, but we'll talk about that offline whenever you get a chance, brother. So I'm gonna try to keep this brief. Thanks for taking the time to listen to my Dave Chappelle clip. That was like, almost about 8-9 years ago. It really changed my life and gave me belief in myself. But now I'm charged up, so I'm ready to go get it. You know what I mean? So method, action, confidence, plus the knowledge. That means I get them dollars. Lil Shop of Horror. Feed me, Seymour. I need more green so I can blow up like C4. And I'm out. Thanks for listening. Peace.